In this video, we will navigate through a Capsum Inbox authoring project, introducing the platform landscape and some key features that you can utilize to build your inbox simulation. From the dashboard, you can access your existing projects, dive into a featured project template, or create a new project from scratch. When you create a new inbox, you start by giving it a name. Then you're ready to build. You can navigate within your project from here. The first page is Skills. This is where you create the skills that will be measured in your inbox version. For example, you may want to evaluate your user's decision making or communication skills. Simply enter the skills you want on this page and provide a description. You can return to this area to edit or add more skills at any time. Next, you have the scenario page. This is your opportunity to set the scene for your users. Information that you provide in the scenario page will be presented to the user before they enter the simulation. You can provide as much or as little information at this stage as you'd like. First is the opening scene. This is the information that pops up right before the participant enters the inbox. Next is the role introduction, an opportunity to describe the character or persona that the participant will assume. If applicable to the role you're creating, you also have the option to create and include a business card in the onboarding, helping to immerse the user in the world they're entering. At the bottom of the scenario page, we have included an area where you can attach a PDF, allowing you to present any additional introductory material that you deem necessary. Next is characters, where you can begin to create the people that the user will interact with. You begin with one sample character that you can edit and utilize in your project. To add more, click Add Character and fill out the necessary fields. You can return to create and edit characters at any point. The next page is the Drive, a place to store files that the participant can access during the inbox. These can be PDFs, documents, PowerPoints, images, or videos, and will display on the left side of the participant's inbox. Files that you uploaded to the drive are supplemental materials that can be referenced in your project. For example, a character might encourage a user that is assuming the role of a new hire to check out the company's organizational chart to get the lay of the land. We have provided a customizable sample org chart accessible from this link. The Gadgets page provides a variety of setup options for how your inbox operates. This includes things like timing, scoring method, and interface theme, where you can adjust the tool's color display and upload your own logo. The inbox environment is the main area where you will build the world and create your simulation content. It has been designed to look and feel similar to the Capsum Inbox user experience, helping you to keep the end user in mind as you create your version. You start the process with one blank email that comes from your initial contact. We encourage you to jump in and build more. To create more emails or instant messages, click this button. Determine the email sender and subject line, then jump to the body of your email. There are a number of formatting options that you can apply to create your ideal message. One trick you may want to utilize: if you put the word name in curly brackets, as seen here, the inbox will automatically port the participant's name into their experience. If your email content requires a deeper dive or reference material for the user, you can add attachments here. Attachments can be images, PDFs, or videos. As in the real world, we recommend that you give your audience a heads up so they know to look for the attachment. While you have the email body selected, you have access to the email settings panel. Here you can choose your response type, adjust the timing of your unthreaded emails, and even provide item level feedback that will generate in a post-inbox report for your participants. At the bottom of the email editor are the responses. This is where you can create the response options that are presented to the users. For example, let's demonstrate by creating two: yes, I agree, and no, I disagree. There are no limits to the amount of responses that you can provide. Alternatively, if you don't want participants selecting between pre-designed options, you can utilize the Open Text Response feature. This option challenges users to type out their response to the situation. Open text answers are graded manually by the administrator after the inbox is submitted. Once you have designed your response options, check out the Response Settings panel. This is where you can add scores to each option, applying assessment points to the skills that you created earlier. If the situation fits, consider adding multiple scores to some responses. In the real world, many decisions have positive and negative impacts. In addition to scoring, The response setting panel also allows you to create dynamic storylines by adding triggers and creating threads. You can assign a trigger for an email that you've already created or build a new interaction directly from this panel. Now, when the user selects that particular response, it will create a reaction, a follow-up email or instant message. Like scores, responses can be assigned multiple triggers. At any point in the process, if you'd like to pause and review what you've created, click Preview Experience. A demo version of your inbox will open in a new tab, allowing you to experience the simulation you've created as your participants would. This is a good way to check the flow and impact of your threads. Another way to review what you've created is to reference the tools provided in the Reports tab. The scoring report page presents a recap of all the points you've assigned, as well as a sample feedback report, an example of what is provided to the participant upon completion. The outline report page provides a high-level overview of all the interactions you've created, visualizing the branches and threads of your inbox. The final page in the authoring tool is administration, which includes the ability to rename your version. Throughout your experience, we encourage you to dive into the materials found on your dashboard and the help and support page, and reach out to our team if you have questions. Thank you for using the Capsum Inbox authoring platform. We can't wait to see what you build.